What does noise mean to you? Is it screaming the Penn State chant, "We are"? Is it celebrating a friend's 21st birthday at a bar? Or is it that fire alarm nonstop going off in your apartment? Noise can mean many different things. I've come to appreciate a new meaning of noise. Society perceives noise as a loud, crazy, random disturbance. Noise is generally a negative term. That is not how I define noise in my life. Noise has a more pleasant connotation and a positive impact throughout community. I believe in the concept of happy noise. The concept of happy noise originated on my grandfather Joey's 90th birthday. I was sitting at a breakfast table with my cousins. There's about 10 of us, my aunts, my uncles, and my grandparents. As we sat there eating breakfast, my aunt asked my grandpa Joey, "What do you love most about this family?" He sat back, took a deep breath, and he said, "The happy noise." There was a pause, slight confusion. My grandpa Joey continued, "As I sit here, 90 years old, I don't have to say much. I look around the table, I see laughter, I hear conversation, I see love, and I even hear some friendly arguments. And to me, that is what life is all about, the happy noise." Now, noise gets a bad rap. There are two negative assumptions when it comes to noise. The first assumption is that noise is a disturbance, a nuisance. Can you guys quiet down? Lower that noise. It's too noisy in there. And the second assumption is that noise is only audible. It can only be heard. Now, this is the stereotype that needs to change. Noise is not only expressed with your ears, but it can be seen, felt, and most importantly, created. Think about the largest student-run philanthropy in the world, Penn State's dance marathon. And I know Thon has talked about a lot, but I want you to think about this. For 46 hours, once a year, there is an overwhelming amount of happy noise in the Bryce Jordan Center. But not all of Thon is happy. There is 1 hour during Thon where the parents who have lost their children to pediatric cancer speak on that stage. And it is beyond emotional. When you look around and you see that many people embracing the moment, well, that is happy noise. Happy noise is not a sound. It's a sensation of feeling from the people around you with generosity, love, and support. Happy noise at Thon is people giving a voice for those who are unable to do so. Happy noise can happen in many different situations. When I was 16 years old, I was a basketball counselor at a summer day camp. It was the counselor's responsibility to welcome the campers each day during carpool. There was one camper in particular that I chose to welcome. Her name was Haya. She was 12 years old, and Haya has Down syndrome. When her car would pull up, I remember it was a minivan, I would open the door, and it was full of emotion. Whether it was excitement, joy, or anxiety that Haya had to leave her mother for the day. When Haya got to camp, those 8 hours were her happy noise. My interaction with Haya was different. Whether it was a smile, a joke, or even passing her the basketball, I created noise with Haya. Although I didn't always hear noise back from Haya. Haya had a hard time communicating how she truly felt and what she truly wanted. But what I did feel was her emotion and her reaction, and every time and every moment I spent with her. The next time you're in a situation where there's someone a little bit different than you, where they speak a different language, talk a little bit slower, or have a hard time hearing, I challenge you to think about the noise you can create that can impact that person. Although it might make you feel uncomfortable, the impact you have will not. The noisiest time in my life is my immediate family, as I grew up with a twin brother, an older sister, and a golden retriever. The happy noise in my immediate family is what defines me today. When I was 15 years old, my parents got divorced. And I understand how common divorce is in this country, but it's what transpired after their divorce that has defined me. My parents went through an extremely difficult time and leaned on alcohol to cope with the emotional and financial burden of their divorce. My mom, who I love dearly and has had such a strong impact on my life, became an alcoholic during this time. The noise in my life quickly turned negative. My home was now an incubator of negative noise. Whether it was the yelling, her falling on the ground, breaking of plates, or even my doorbell ringing to the police at my front step. I'll never forget a noise that I heard that no student wants to hear, a soft noise over the loudspeaker that said, "Can Alex Sheinman please report to the principal's office?" As I walked into that room, nervous as could be, I saw a representative from Child Services there to ask me if I felt safe in my own home. It was at that moment I thought, what did I do wrong? But then I thought again, how can I take the negative noise in my life and turn that into happy noise? So happy noise for me was any diversion. It was exercise, it was working, it was creating opportunity around me, and it was becoming a student leader. There is no reason that negative noise or energy should suck the creation or desire out of anyone. Through this time, I never gave up on my mom. I continued to overwhelm her with my happy noise and my energy. Today, my mom is over 3 years sober. I remember when she was 1 year sober, she asked if I would attend her Alcohol Anonymous meeting. I had no idea what to expect. Would it be like the movies? Would I feel uncomfortable? Would it be motivating? Or would it be depressing? Well, it was all of the above. The noise in that room was full of sentiment and full of emotion. The noise in that room told stories and journeys from people all walks of life. That day taught me that the noise in our life can truly impact the people around you. In the world we live in today, there is constant opportunity to create noise. We can redefine the noise in our life and become leaders with what we do. I guarantee that every single person in this room has someone who looks up to them, whether that's a little cousin, a friend, a parent, or a teammate. Redefine the noise in your life and impact those around you. Because if you put your mind, your emotion, and your heart into that noise, it truly becomes happy noise. As I leave the stage here today, I ask you all to create some happy noise. Thank you.
Let's give it up for all